Oh, good morning. Good morning. Took me ages to connect there for a minute. I thought I'm going to have to move. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Look how beautiful it is this morning. There's people in the water. Quite a few people in the water. I don't know if you can see them. I'm almost tempted to go on myself, except I have no towel and I'm going to have to get in the car wet like this. Is that just an excuse I'm giving myself? Probably. Anyway, how are you doing this fine Tuesday? How are you feeling out of 10? Is it a 10 out of 10? I'm feeling, I woke up really early this morning. I woke up at like just before 5, no alarm, and I was like ready to crack on with the day. So I started reading straight away. I journaled a little bit, wrote in my journal. Yeah, I just was up and at it this morning. So, and then it got like 6:30 came around really quickly, and I hadn't got out the door to run. I was just like, an hour and a half's gone already. And I'm thinking, I've got to get up earlier because I need to get more done. That's what you call when you know you're onto something when you just ain't got enough hours in the day. So how are you feeling this morning? Jump on if you're on. I can see a few of you are on. Say hi. Let me know how many out of 10 you're feeling. How many out of 10? I think I'm like an 8. I think I'm like an 8. Um, it's good to be back to the 8s, the 7s, and the 8s after a rough few weeks of not feeling myself. And whilst I have that little bit of shine, because my daddy's up there somewhere, I feel like I'm a bit more like the old me. Um, and I feel like I'm more me than I've ever been me. And that I called this video, "You Are Your Enemy." And the reason I called it that was, let me sit down. Um, it's because we can be an ally to ourselves, or we can be an enemy to ourselves. We get to choose, and that's the thing. We get to choose. Isn't it funny how we can support ourselves, we can encourage ourselves, we can build our self-esteem, our self-belief, but isn't it easier sometimes to beat ourselves up and to be hard on ourselves? Don't you find that? That I remember. Well, it's been a few times, but one particular time where I lost a lot of money through doing some stuff, or investing. A lot, I'm in property and stuff like that. Um, and I lost a lot of money, and I just went into a tailspin, a negative tailspin, where my self-talk was freaking appalling. I I was calling myself a fucking idiot in my head. You fucking stupid. Why'd you fucking do that? That was my self-talk. And so basically, I was an enemy to myself. I was, I was, yeah, I was just really not nice to myself at all. And it put me in a really bad, dark place. And it made me suicidal in the end. I felt like such a shit human being that I felt like I was so stupid to have done what I've done, to got into the deal that I got into, that I just basically, I was such an enemy to myself that I put myself in a position of low self-worth, low self-esteem, feeling like I had no value on this planet, um, and that there was no option for me other than to basically end my life. So I talk about self-esteem a fair bit and self-worth and how super freaking important it is to us. And there's an example of why. Because if you're negative with yourself long enough, if you berate yourself long enough, it can tip you over the edge. It can put you in a really dark place. So you get to choose whether you want to be an ally to yourself or you want to be an enemy. And you are your worst enemy. There's a saying, isn't there? I don't know who says that, or I don't know where it came from. And I was just thinking about that this morning, that I'm a much different person to that person I was back then years ago. That, like I said, I was my biggest enemy. And so I just wanted to kind of, my message this morning, I guess, for me and for you as well, is just be careful about how you talk to yourself. Just because you get something wrong and it goes wrong, I read this somewhere, I can't remember where, I'm not sure where I read it, but the most successful people don't see failure as, they don't, the failure, they might have done something wrong, that's the failure, but it's not them that's failed. They've done something, that's the failure. You did something, that is the failure. It's not you that's the failure, if that makes sense. Whereas when I had this investment that went wrong, I was berating myself. My self-talk was all about me being a failure. Yeah, I made a bad decision, but that was what was wrong. The thing was wrong. I wasn't wrong. That was the failure, not me as a person, because we fail our way to success. All of the failures that we have, all of the mistakes that we make, that's the good shit. No successful person ever got there without making a shit ton of mistakes, more mistakes than successes. I was reading a list of a very successful coach and speaker, and someone who I admired the other day. And I've been reading his book and I read his blogs, and the list of programs, coaching programs, and um, things that he's come up with, events and things like that, that he failed at or that didn't work, was like toilet paper. It was so long, but there was probably 10 things on the other side that had gone well, and two or three that had gone really well. But I think the list of failures was like 50 long, and I'm not joking. So failure is a good thing because it can teach you or it can punish you. Like I allowed it to punish me. I punished myself even longer, even harder, to the point of nearly taking my own life. So just think about failure. Yes, that thing might be wrong, but you're not wrong. It's not wrong to try. It's not wrong, to have a go, to make mistakes. I mean, surely the risk is in not trying. That's the biggest failure of all. Good morning, Sue. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. How you feeling out of 10? Good morning, Sophie. How are you? Hope it's beautiful down in Devon. Look at that out there today. It is stunningly beautiful. Beautiful. I think I'm going to give myself a little bit of space today, and I'm going to come back down here a bit later on with my swims on, and I'm going to go in the water. Um, 1 second. Good morning, Lorraine. Freaking awesomely insightful this morning. Just wow. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's really kind of you. Good morning, Sandra. I hope you are well. Sue is 5. Oh no, 5. We need to nudge the needle, Sandra. Sue, what's wrong? I'm shattered and very little sleep last night. Walking the dog and having a coffee. Hopefully, we'll lift this number. Aiming for an 8. Absolutely. Aim for an 8. We love an 8, don't we? Well, good morning, Barbara. Nice to see you here. So you're doing the right thing. You know what I would say to you: get out, get a walk, get some fresh air, and coffee is always good. We love a bit of coffee. Um, and yeah, of course, when we're tired, it affects our mood, it affects everything. So I always say to myself, when I don't have enough sleep, maybe it's deluded, but I always say to myself, I've had sufficient amount of sleep. And I repeat that to myself several times, and then I just crack on. But equally, I understand that sometimes you need to have a little nap and you need to catch up on that sleep at some point. Morning, Sophie. She's 6.5 today. Feeling better than yesterday, thankfully. Misty and cloudy. Oh, boo hoo. Misty and cloudy. Not good. There's loads of people on the beach already. I don't think it's even 7:30. Anyway, I'm keeping it short and sweet this morning. I hope you've had some value from that. Obviously, Lorraine got some value, some insight for that. So thank you for that, my darling. If you want some more of that kind of stuff, then I was going to say there's a couple of ways that you can get that, but my real life club is closed. That's by invitation and referral only now. But obviously still doing, I've got one space for a one-to-one client, but I am doing my self-made program, which I'm starting to let you know about, which starts on the 7th of September for 6 weeks. It's for people who are in business. So if you're in business or you're just starting out in business, and you want to get better results, you want to get rid of the overwhelm. You want to learn how to get focused, have better time management, how to have better structures and routines to improve your business and your business results, and you, because you are crucial to that business. Then this is for you. And I've been in business for 20 years, been in property for all of that time, but I've had other businesses, some good, some not so good along the way, and investments. So you can learn from my mistakes and you can learn from the successes. So you can join that if you want. I'll be seeding more information about that over the coming weeks. But there's an early bird offer. So if you get in now, it's 495 rather than 695. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. Lorraine, needed to hear this as rough on a call last night. Makes you question your decisions. Think you should definitely go for a swim. Oh, mate. Yeah, I will go for a swim later. I haven't got a towel with me. Didn't think that through. Didn't think that through. Anyway, I wish you all happy Tuesday. Remember, it starts with you. Have a great day.